What is up, everybody? Welcome to a little series. We're going to call this the Optimal Self Concept Series. And here's what I want you guys to think about is this. There are many concepts that we have in our lives that we hear all the time. And how do we place them in our lives? How do we use some of these concepts, or how do we understand these concepts? And so we're going to go through about a 4 or 5 part series. And today is number 1. And today's concept is 100 or nothing. It's what we call it here at Optimal Self. Literally 100 or nothing. And basically it says this: you either give 100% or you give nothing. And let me tell you it this way. There's a famed Harvard business school professor. His name was Clayton Christensen. And his quote goes something like this: it's easier to hold principles 100% of the time than it is to hold them 98% of the time. And to me, when I heard that, it really resonated with me because it's so true. And what he's saying is that even if you are 98% committed, you're really not committed at all. So what if we started to look at our lives and look at the moments that we are 98% committed, that we're not 100, truly 100% committed? Because when you're not 100% committed, then circumstance, environment, and situations now dictate what I do. And I'll give you, for instance, if you're on a diet, right? We know that the United States of America is the most obese country. And I know everybody's trying to push all these other things and try to make sure that that's okay. But you and I know deep down that it's not. We know that having proper nutrition and exercising or moving every single day is super beneficial, not just to your aesthetics and how you look, but also to your brain, your cognitive function. So let me just put it to you this way. Think about all the people in this world that have lost weight, people that you even know. And for a very short period of time, they were really committed. And then what happened? They fell off, right? Because they fell back into, put this on your notes, they fell back into their old identity. So how do we create this identity that is 100% convicted to the principles or the things that I want? You see, that is the answer. And it falls back to something very simple, is that making a decision will lead to a different behavior. The behavior is the only thing that will change your result. So think about this. You make the decision, it changes your behavior. Your new behavior changes the outcome or the result. But how do we keep that result? Is that when we made that decision and we changed that behavior, that now that behavior has become my identity. It's who I am. You see, because if you've gone through it and you've seen it, if you've seen any of those shows that have The Biggest Loser or any of those weight loss shows, like 98%, 95% of those people all gain the weight back within a very short period of time. And some even, and then some. But why? Because for a very short period of time, they changed their behavior. But what they didn't change is their actual identity and how they saw themselves. And so they haven't actually truly got to the root cause. You see, we've got to get to the root cause of why I want what I want and where I want to go. And what is truly holding me back? It's the things and it's the way that I see myself. You have the opportunity. You can change that. But I want you to remember this. It is only earned because that confidence, the confidence in yourself is what will allow you to create and keep using the actions and behaviors that are getting you those great results that you want. Because this is who I am. Right? And so when we talk about 100 or nothing, when we talk about really truly being 100% committed, let me give you a little scenario, right? Some of you guys have heard me say this before, but I'll give it to you because it's always fun. It's like the dinner scenario. 5 people go out and they go out to dinner together. And actually, these same 5 people on January 1st, they all made a decision. They all said together, hey, we're going to pull for each other. We're going to be accountability partners, and we're going to all lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Pick it, whatever, right? And so what happens? What happens is this, is that the dinner starts, right? And out of those 5 people, you got your 25% person, you got your 50% person, right? You with me? You got your 75% person, you got your 98% person, what we open with, and then you have your 100%er. You know these people. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And so when you sit down, and if that person is truly committed, and I'll give you, for instance, they all order, they all have their lunch, they're sitting there, and it's one of those 5 people's birthday. And guess what? They bring out that big, beautiful slice of cheesecake, and they set it in the middle. And they hand each person a spoon. The first person around the table, they grab it. 25%. 1 out of 4. Hey, look, I ordered really good today. I worked out earlier. I'm okay. And they take a big old bite. And they enjoy it, right? Big old bite of that cheesecake. And then the 50%, the person who is literally like, man, half the time I am great. And today I've been great. And guess what happens to that person? Remember what I said to you before? Is that circumstance, environment, and situations will dictate your choice, right? So the 50%er takes a little bit. The 75%er, same thing. 3 out of 4, okay, everybody else is doing it. I'll do it too. And now you get to the 98%er. 98% of the time, they've been golden, great. So guess what? They don't take a very big sliver. They take a very small sliver. Right? Because they've already justified everybody else is doing it. The situation drives my behavior. And then it gets to the 100%er. The person who is 100% convicted to who they want to be, how they want to be, and their goals. And they know that that bite is not even close to being congruent with their goals and ambitions and desires. They don't even waver. It's a simple no thank you. Because they are 100% committed to it. The situation, the circumstance doesn't dictate their decision. Their decision or their behavior is already set. It's already set. They're already 100% set. Because here's what I want you to know. The true definition of decision is that you have removed all alternative options. That 100% decision, you have removed every other alternative option. That piece, that bite isn't even an option. And guess what happens? By doing that over and over and over again, you actually build internal confidence. Who you are, you build that confidence. You build that character. You live in your integrity. And by doing so, it allows you to truly be 100% committed to your goals. I want you to think about this for a second. Pick any aspect of your life. What if you are 100% committed to your nutrition? What if you are 100% committed to your job, to your career? What if your relationship, your health, all of it? Because you see, people think that this is a balance game, that we have to somehow balance work and life and health and relationship. No. It's just when you make a decision that you're going to do that, do it 100%. Do it 100%. So again, today's concept is 100 or nothing. So if you're not going to seriously give yourself, if you're not going to give 100% of yourself to that thing that you're choosing, then maybe that's not the right goal. Maybe that's not what you truly want. So sit back, analyze it. Because every time you say, I want this, and you don't do it, you're making a vote that you are not that person. And you are breaking down your own identity. And remember this, the decision, make the decision. The behavior will match the decision. And then that behavior will give you those results. When those results happen, then you can dig in and create that identity that you are that person. And when you do, you're on your journey. You're on your way to being the best version of you. There you go. 100 or nothing, baby. What are you going to choose? Right? And I want to give you guys this because 100 or nothing is going to lead us into concept number 2, which I'll bring to you shortly. But concept number 2 is the champion spirit. Because if you're going to give it 100, if you're going to choose to do something, do it the best that you can. Give 100% of you to each and every situation throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your life, and watch what happens. All right. That's what I got for you. If you want more, you can always jump over to 𝗲𝗏𝗡𝗏.today. Jump into the Facebook group and also, join us on YouTube. We got a lot more stuff coming to you. And until next time, get out there and be the best version of you.